Morning, everybody. And good to be here this morning. I've got some, basically going to be talking through approximately 10 minutes. We've got a little presentation I'm going to give you, and based on horticulture and my experience as well. Just to give a very brief introduction to myself. Working at Glasgow Clyde College, but I've worked in various other sectors, including local authorities, and a garden centre I've also worked in, and also been a greenkeeper, so quite a varied sort of work experience as well. But today I want to kind of talk you through what I feel is important if anybody wanting to get into horticulture, not just young people. So I'm just going to quickly share my screen with you. Hopefully this will come on okay now. And yep, so hopefully you can all hear me okay. And I will basically start to go through. So thanks very much, Lancer, for inviting me in today to talk to you. Just to introduce, another introduction here of, I have Natalia Reifert, who's sitting next to me, and she's here to maybe answer any questions that some they may have later on. And Natalia was a level 4 design student last year here at Glasgow Clyde, and she's now doing level 5 and progressing very well. So she's here to answer any questions some of you may have. So important thing is horticulture. Yeah, age 16, I left school, wasn't sure what I wanted to do, and I just felt, well, horticulture or gardening, that's what I called it. Didn't know what the word horticulture meant at age 16, but yeah, so it's, you know, decided I want to get into horticulture. My key focus now is to help promote young people, not just young, anybody who wants to get into a career in horticulture. So for this, I decided I was going to ask some questions to a group of SVQ2 apprentices as well, who gave me some feedback. But let's go through potential learning. From school, you can do an MPA in horticulture, which is at a level 4, where people basically can learn on site. So if any teaching staff within schools have an interest, they can deliver it and base it on site in school. The potential students can then go into further education colleges to do national awards, all the way up to higher national qualifications or higher national diploma, for example, and even after that degree, if they so wish. The other side of horticulture is local authorities, where there are a large number of modern apprentices within Scotland. And based on some of my questions that I've asked our group, they've given me some really good responses on that. So first question I asked the group ranged from age 16 to 24, but they had basically the responses that they gave me was very, very good for, you know, for apprentices coming in. But the first kind of response was given was just to keep on top of my own garden, my family's garden, and that's really where a lot of young people and people get into apprenticeships is really what they've got an interest in initially. Next point as well is the opportunity to learn new skills. So quite keen, this individual was quite keen to learn new skills, and they're learning them well coming on day release. And the other response was that I had an interest in horticulture, as I'd often cut my neighbour's grass. So generally, people have got a general first interest into horticulture. So what potential opportunities are there in the horticulture industry? And I put this question to the apprentices, basically asking them, where do they really see themselves? So the responses coming back from them here were hopefully one of the higher roles within the council. So someone wants to become a director of sort of land area. Another response, want to be a groundsman, looking after large football, rugby grounds, and other sort of responses were quite good as well, being a charge hand, being a supervisor, and the last one is like to be a horticultural consultant. So this individual wants to move all the way up to something completely different as well. So quite varying responses, good responses, and varying sort of career potential that they want to go into. We then start to look at, well, what is the most important part of their jobs? Again, there's some responses there is maintaining, make sure golf courses look good as well, make sure the local authority grounds are looking good, and the last one is that the young person, and it was a young person who put this forward, their local areas never looks the best. I've always wanted to be a part of making it a bit nicer and enjoy making a difference, and I feel that as if I do this in my job role. Just to remind and to tell you all as well, the responses that came back were from apprentices who only started this August, so already they've got a potential future career path that they'll work towards. So skills that I would expect, and employers as well. As I said, I've came from an employer's background employing apprentices, but and even for being a student, these are the kind of important things you should be looking at. Good communication speaks itself, being able to communicate with others, real interesting subject, good organisational skills, working outdoors, yes, in all weathers, whether not so much snow, but nice sunny weather, but as well you also have to work in sort of damp, wet conditions as well. Looking at the potential to progress is a good key point as well, and in this current climate, IT skills is really important, that we're trying to help and assist all our learners, especially students, but also for apprentices who have maybe don't have the same IT skills. So we try and help promote that as well for them. So subjects at school, which is quite important. Maths, example, working in a turf. If you want to do a turf in an area, laying turf, you need to know how to work out the area and the quantity of soil that you might need for the turfing job. Biology, really important as well in relation to maybe understanding plant processes, for example, with photosynthesis. And sort of last main one is chemistry, specifically with chemical elements when describing major and minor plant nutrient requirements based on the periodic table. A lot of young people, when you ask if they remember what's on the periodic table, they don't know what that is, but these are the kind of important things. And IT should also be included on that as well, as a sort of core skill which you would learn in anyway, while learning through school. So, I'm just going to give you, as I said, a lot of this presentation is based on feedback from our students, and I feel that was more important, and to get a real understanding for everybody, real life on situations to how students and learners are basically feeling and how they're working away and the things that they learn. But I'm going to leave you a final word. This is from three of our students. We have Ross, Vida and Michael. Just to emphasise that on the video, Ross initially was the runner-up for Lancashire Learner of the Year at the time. He last year became overall Learner of the Year for Lancashire, well, the ALBA as it changed to. He won the Learner of the Year for Horticulture for Scotland. So these are the kind of things that anybody going into horticulture can work towards, but I will now show you a 2-minute video based on how our students basically working at Glasgow Clyde.
The facilities here are fantastic. One moment we could be out doing practical, and the next we could be right across the road to the library doing our reports or revising for assessments. It's brilliant. I've always had a passion with plants and how they grow, their different characteristics. I've been doing horticulture at Glasgow Clyde College for the past 3 years. During my time, I've won an award for runner-up horticulturalist of the year, which I am over the moon with.
Planting, seeding, plant propagation, outside works. We learned lots of things. My favorite part is lots of practical stuff that we do here. It's planting and seeding, and it's a hands-on course if you want to learn something. It's always good to know that something that you start from the seed or from something little and it goes into blooming and oh, it looked amazing.
During one of the classes that we had with our teacher Julie, we were potting on a lot of seeds that were found in a drawer for an unknown amount of time. Seeds that were about sort of this size. It's like a banana plant or a musa. Out of the 40 or so seeds that we sowed, 2 of them actually came up, and out of those 2, this one was the only one that survived. At Glasgow Clyde College, I've been enjoying a lot of the glasshouse work. A lot of the practical stuff is quite enjoyable. I do enjoy a lot of the theory. Learning the Latin names, botanical names and so on, and the right way to spell them out or draw them is good.